We have an unbelievable couple of women here that had never met in person, but just met yesterday for the very first time in person, and yet they have known each other for over a year. So I'm so excited to hear their story. This is Tracy and Dr. Jodi, and Dr. Jodi is a type 1 coach, and as most of you know, I'm type 1 too, so I'm so thrilled to meet another fellow type 1 diabetic, and we certainly support each other and care about each other a lot. So let's hear your story about how you guys met for the first time. How did you find Dr. Jodi?
I found Dr. Jodi through Mike Mutzel, who runs High Intensity Health, with the help of my father.
Okay.
He sent me an email saying, "You must watch this lady," and I watched her TEDx talk and another interview with Mike Mutzel. I watched both of them almost at the same time, and I just knew I needed to speak to this magnificent person that was on my screen, sitting there with my type 1 sitting beside me. Okay. I knew that this lady was going to be able to help me become a mum again for a type 1 diabetic.
Oh, that's amazing. So your daughter was diagnosed with type 1. How old was she when
she was 11?
She was 11.
Yeah, on the 25th of August 2016 she was diagnosed.
Okay. And so then when you called Dr. Jodi, what happened?
So I first sent a message, because you send a message and you get a time. It was really good because I was standing there trying to have to work out international times, but her program, it works it out for you. So it told me at 9 o'clock on the day that we met. I think it was the 7th of February, to be honest with you. I almost remember everything. And we met at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we spoke, and instantaneously I just knew we were going to be friends. But I just knew that this person sitting in front of me was going to help answer the questions I had been fighting for over a year.
Okay. Okay, well, can you speak a little bit about what happened when you first talked? And you also met Amber, her daughter?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Yes.
Okay, Ashley.
That's right.
So
Ashley.
The reality is with type 1 diabetes, it's a very complex condition. And I found that even endocrinologists who we depend on to help us are often not thoroughly educated in truly how to give the education to a type 1 to allow them to have a healthy life. I'm a physician, I'm a certified diabetes educator, and I've had type 1 for almost 40 years. So I'm a very rare combination, really, of education and knowledge. And so I've really dedicated my career to helping type 1s around the world. So I'm so glad that Tracy found me, and I always start with making sure they understand how to dose their insulin properly. The difference between the long-acting, the difference between the short-acting, the 101 different variables that you have to consider when you're doing your dose, besides just carbohydrates, how to exercise without going low, how stress and being sick affect your blood sugar, how different foods affect your blood sugar beyond carbohydrates, because protein and fat have an effect as well. And I also, as a holistic physician, I want to hear what you're eating and share recipes and make sure you're getting good sleep and, having good poops every day, and what supplements do you take, the whole person. So I have patients in 10 countries and all over the US, and I've dedicated my life to helping type 1s.
Wow, that's
And Tracy
amazing.
happened to find me, and we just met finally yesterday after a year of Skype calls.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah. Overwhelming and exciting and amazing all at once. I couldn't stop hugging her.
So how can people find you?
Just go to my website, which is DrJodiND, and that's DrJodiN as in naturopathic and D as in doctor. You can sign up for a free intro call. You can see my membership program where I have live calls every month and a whole bunch of wonderful training courses, what to eat and how to dose, how to get off the blood sugar roller coaster. I also have a 3-day event coming up in Sun Valley, Idaho. It's amazing. We go hiking and eat healthy food together. A 3-day event in June 7th, 8th, and 9th. I'd love to see you there.
I was going to ask you about that because I'm excited about that. So I want to hear a little bit about your daughter, and I'd love to talk to her in person.
Yes.
But tell us, how has Ashley flourished since working with Dr. Jodi?
Oh, she's just grown. She's almost as tall as me, which is scary. She's wearing my shoes today.
I was wondering.
Yes.
Those are fancy.
I know. They're mine. Lots of things have changed. She's able to go to school. She's never really sick. And when we do, we have a great management because I know how to dose with insulin. I know what to use, what insulins to use. I know all these things that Dr. Jodi has taught me. I'm not scared of using these things anymore. She now has a HbA1c of 5.4, which is normal non-diabetic blood.
Non-diabetic.
Yeah, which I'm I mean, I'm not going to take all the credit for it. She has to do. She's the one that does everything that I ask her to. She's the one that does the insulin shots, and she's the one that lives with the diabetes every day. She's just truly amazing. But she wouldn't be there if I couldn't be the mum that she needed. And Dr. Jodi gave me that back to be able to be a mum. And now she's learning from Dr. Jodi, from myself, and so she's going to be an amazing diabetic too, with whatever she decides to take her life.
Oh, that is
Wherever she wants to go with her life, she'll be able to manage her diabetes. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, we are definitely in good company here. I'm so excited to hear that the low-carb diet can help type 1 diabetics as well as type 2. And while we do still have to have injections, it makes it so much easier. And just the confidence of knowing what you're doing is so helpful. I mean, it brings the joy back to life.
Yep, Ash can be at school and do her insulin by herself, and
Mom doesn't have to worry.
I don't have to worry because she also knows what she's doing because they're minimal doses.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you guys so much, and hope you have a great time at the conference today.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, Kim.